it up.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Give it an energetic feel.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that chart.
You get to
Crazy.
70,000 yet? What is it? I haven't looked in a while.
We hit a peak
67.
of 65 today.
I saw 67. It's 66 now. Okay.
Yeah, it was up.
66. Yeah, 66 high today. And that ETF put $1 billion in.
Yeah.
Through $1 billion, and then we have a couple more ETFs coming.
2 days ago, CEO of hedge fund says Bitcoin is overbought and due for a pullback. Oops. These guys.
Oh yeah, I know.
These guys.
Yeah, that's why timing, man. Timing is a very hard game. Everybody thinks it's easy.
Awesome.
They're all making it up. That one that does the fortune telling on TikTok.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, she had some good ones today where she was showing the past ones that she got
Where
right.
she correctly predicted something. Skipping over all the ones that she didn't correctly predict.
Exactly. That's how it works, man. Selective perception.
That's right. All right.
I didn't see the pop on. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, this one on this one.
All right. I already got 318 people on Twitter.
Wow.
Hello, Twitterverse.
Hello, Twitterverse. Getting ready for this. A little crypto chat. See how our YouTube people are doing. For Twitter, we usually wait till everybody's on before we start this thing. So
Can the Twitter people contribute the same way?
I'm trying to see if we can do that on Restream, if it works the same.
Well,
so far, it does not look like it does. Shall see. Yeah.
good to get the
Hey
interaction.
guys, Funcraft. We got any of the guys out there? Hello, YouTube world. Have you seen it on YouTube yet?
Oh, I didn't look.
Just hit Facebook. Yep, we're up.
Yep.
Right.
It is streaming.
There we go. Here's our gang.
It is streaming. CDM bringing the heat. That's what I like.
That's right. I love seeing 318 people on Twitter. Nobody else streams live on Twitter. Don't know why they don't do it. No idea.
I don't know how. We're just so technically.
Maybe. Well, you also have to be verified, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We're verified. We're one of the few in the crypto space verified. Thanks to me being in news. That was about it. The only reason why. You don't have to be famous. You just have to be in news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's start this thing. All right, Crypto Chat Live. I'm Joe in this corner, Keith in the middle, and Sean down in Delaware. Thank you, Twitterverse, for stepping in for YouTubers are not here yet. We have CDM here. We're going to jump into the markets. It's a good day in the world of crypto. Is that music too loud for you guys?
No.
Okay. Making sure everything's good.
Yeah, roll with it.
We'll roll with it. Hey, let's roll with it. I'm going to take this down so we can see a full screen of. All right, let's jump into the markets. Market watch. Bitcoin hits its all-time high today of 66,000. Total crypto market cap is 2.6 trillion. Both of those are records. Bitcoin up 5% over the last 24 hours, mainly because of the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, that seems like it's the only reason. $1 billion dumped into the market after that ETF launched. Bitcoin dominance is at 46, which is super, it's not altcoin season when Bitcoin dominance is at 46. And for Keith's favorite subject right here, He loves looking at the fear
Fear
and greed.
and greed. We need to have like some like echo effect when we
There
do
needs to be a
fear
volcano
and greed.
a head exploding. 82.
Yep.
Anytime it really gets this high, it typically dumps. The market starts to dump when the greed gets this high. But I think we're in a new situation with everything that's going on right now. Do you see the market kind of dumping a little bit right now, or are people taking profits at this point? Or do you see it just moving forward? It's really the ETFs driving the markets right now.
I don't know about that. I mean, Ethereum is well over 4,000 at last check. There's no ETF on Ethereum.
No.
So I don't know that's all necessarily the fundamental cause. I think the SEC's approval of the ETF, right, saying, "Hey, look, we're not gonna be China and ban crypto," right? Maybe that's it. But I don't think the ETF as a mechanism for investment is necessarily driving all of this, because you see a lot of green bars on CoinMarketCap today. So
You really, $1 billion dumped in just yesterday because of the ETF launching, and then you have another one coming soon. You're seeing Bitcoin dominance at 46.
right, but that's all for Bitcoin.
Yeah,
but I'm saying in that 2.7 trillion market cap, there's a lot of other things too, right? So
yeah, there is.
Yeah, you haven't seen Ethereum over 4,000 in what, 4 months, 5 months? Oh.
Sean loves his Ethereum, the professional Ethereum miner.
Yeah.
How could you not, man? How could you not with a 4 handle?
I know.
I love my Ethereum. Yeah, exactly. Seriously, what's not to love? It's been an absolute Spartan, on the way up. And I think to your point, like, it's not a good day, Joe. It's like a record-setting day. It's like headline-setting days. Like it's history. And I think it's fantastic. And when you talk about, is there more room to run? I wouldn't step in front of this train. I'm not Michael Burry. I would not be calling to short it right now. There's just too much momentum. And we're not talking the hour by hour, tick by tick, right? But we're just talking about that unstoppable upward trajectory that it's been on. Because again, 5 minutes ago we were all talking and it had a 29 handle. Now it's 66. So
I only bring that as devil's advocate, 1, and 2. Anytime fear and greed gets that high on that chart, you tend to see either a pullback or a dump. And really, the 10,000 dump is really not the market ending. It's just that's the way crypto moves when people start, taking profits.
Who in their right mind is going to sell right now, though? Honestly, when you see these kinds of gains, like who could possibly say, "Oh yeah, this is a great time to sell"? Like what are you talking about? Miners to cover operational costs. Okay, I could see that. If they can't borrow or something like that. But the average investor that aped in at 10, 15, 20,000 and they've got 300% in 6 months. Like what? No.
And then what would you do with it, right, Sean? Like, okay, so you exited. Happy day. You rang the register. You took a profit. Good on you. Now what? You gotta buy a CD? Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna go buy a $20 loaf of bread with that? Like what?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you got to keep riding it.
And that's true, Dalis. The active approval is a good signal. Here, get on Dalis a little bit. He's saying ETH is broken.
ETH is horribly broken. That's complete. It's a victim of its own success. It cost you $8 to send one wallet to another. It's utterly ridiculous, right? They did 1559 was a joke. All they did was alienate a bunch of people. ETH is utterly broken. Look, you want to look at a functional chain. Look at Binance, right? That's brilliant.
Or look at Dynamo Coin. For example.
Yeah, we got lots of extra stuff.
We're not broken. Dynamo's not broken.
Mm-mm.
I'm checking over here on my I'm making sure we see everybody on Twitter at the same time. Okay, sorry. I'm a little distracted for a moment. Let's go into the next topic, which is Facebook I thought it was very surprising today to see Facebook launches tries to partner with Coinbase to launch its cryptocurrency wallet Novi, and U.S. regulators fought back within hours. For trying to shut this down. They don't understand the metaverse, so they're just trying to shut it down.
I thought you were going to lead with the story that Zuckerberg wants to change the name of Facebook. I thought you were going to lead with that story, Joe.
Oh, yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I read it. I was like, it's basically the IHOP of, name changing in the tech industry.
He said, you're joking with me.
No. True story. Oh, again, who knows? The grand reveal is coming, I think next week. So we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, back to the real story, because mine was complete garbage and fluff. So back to the metaverse.
I've been up since 3 a.m.
Back to the metaverse.
Yeah, they didn't like the idea of the wallet. I don't know why. I mean, custodial wallets are out there, and it's going to be on Coinbase. Like, what's the problem? I don't know. I didn't get into the technical details of what their objection was, but seemed a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction. So, yeah.
It's just interesting. Well, everything going on with Facebook right now, they've been getting in trouble a lot with privacy and different things. So I can see, Congress going after them quickly. They're trying to step into another area that isn't even regulated yet, and they want to try to get in there early.
Particularly around the whistleblower and all that stuff too, right? They got a lot of problems. So yeah.
When is Keith Shiba shirt NFT?
Dallas is dropping the hard-hitting questions very early in the stream tonight.
I really want you. I almost bought a Shiba shirt for the other day, and then I was like, we have a Dynamo cryptocurrency stream here, and we're gonna put a Shiba shirt on you.
Yeah, we should have like Dynamo. Yeah, Dynamo v Sheeb, like the giant Shiba Dynamo coin falling on Shiba, the little Shiba dog crying.
So actually, we were chatting in the Discord today. I was, every so often I go on the different shitcoin decks and look at all these altcoins, and they have a gajillion banners everywhere. And so the most recent thing is Baby Sheep and all these other kinds of things. So now they're going into the Floki, right? Because that's the Elon Musk dog that. And so now they got Baby Floki, and they got this Floki, and King Floki, and all these other kinds of things. I said, I think we're going to have to put a Floki in the game, and there's going to be a quest that says you have to slaughter like 100 Flokis and bring all their pelts back for some sort of ultimate reward.
That would be actually really clever. Yeah, I like that.
We gotta kill this thing in the butt. This is just ridiculous. I will say, Shiba is now number 19 on CoinMarketCap. It was 7 about 2 weeks ago. It was 10 or 11 yesterday, and now it's 19. So, Shiba needs to get its shots or something. I don't know.
It's unbelievable, but it shows anything can be a currency if people believe in it. It's only valued if people believe in it.
We are learning that through and through recently. It's very interesting. Yep.
Well, we're looking to redesign the Dynamo logo, right?
I think we definitely need to. Yeah, that was just a quickie thing, so I could get us on CoinGecko. And we needed a logo and stuff together. We need to. We definitely need to get something sexy.
Okay. Yeah.
Socialize that. Thinking of Shiba and all the dog coins. Here's a story for you. Is nobody's learning their lesson. People send these meme coins and these dog coins, and he actually helped Shiba. Did what he did. I mean, he said he didn't want it, but at the same time, he helped the product, and he's helping Dogecoin immensely. So people are continuing to sell. I guess Dynamo should be sending coins.
we don't have a lot of coins. That's the problem.
we just have to get some kind of an animal, a cheesy animal on it.
A cute little, just whatever the cutest little animal out there is. That's what we need.
I'll put walnut on there.
No one has done a llama yet.
Oh, llama.
As a llama.
Okay.
A llama. What do
Oh,
you guys
llama.
think?
I like that.
I fear putting any kind of an animal on top of Dynamo makes it look like a shitcoin.
Total cheesy coin. Yep. No, I like the energy. I like the vibe, energetic power, all of those things. We're going to want to capture that ethos.
But meerkats are like so cute.
Don't get me started on meerkats, man. We could go for an hour on meerkats.
Meerkat? I mean, come on. Meerkat would be perfect. Right? Come on. You got to have some kind of cute animal. Come on. Yeah, dude, you cannot say you would not. Come on, meerkat. I think we go meerkat.
Joe would ape into it if we had a meerkat as a logo.
Yep. Meerkat. Dayless, look, when the NFTs are rocking on Dynamo, we will make silly doggo coins. Send those around. Yes.
Yeah.
Make it.
Or
we can make tokens.
We can make our own tokens when we have the smart contracts. We'll make as many tokens as you want. Yep. We actually talked about it today. That could we create a DEX like Uniswap or Pancake? And I said, yeah, we'll call it Scrambled Egg Swap or something like that.
And people will love it. People will absolutely love it.
Here, Bitcoin win the race. Here's a big thing, billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor. He basically said it. Bitcoin is a better hedge against inflation than gold. That's a big move for somebody like that to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But it really goes to the heart of all of this, right? When you buy gold, first of all, you're not expecting to take delivery of a gold bar. Second of all, the utility of a gold bar is near zero, right? Like the only possible utility is if you're going to make like printed circuit boards or something like that where you need gold-plated contacts or perhaps jewelry. Right?
If you have a smelter in the backyard.
Unless it's some kind of industrial application, the average person buying gold as an investment is strictly the fact that someone else in the future is going to buy it at some higher price, right? Which to me is the very definition of a Ponzi scheme, right? Like the only possibility that you're going to realize value is if some other person in the future is paying more for that exact same thing that you just bought, right? So, gold, everybody says, crypto's a Ponzi scheme. Well, gold is a Ponzi scheme, right? Like real estate's a Ponzi scheme. I mean, everything where you buy something and say, I'm going to hold it for a while and somebody's going to pay exactly the same thing. They're going to pay more for that in the future. That's the definition of a Ponzi scheme, right? Cash comes in to pay the other people out. So yeah, I think this is just bearing out the fact that these things, people are finally realizing, oh, these things have no real intrinsic value, just like crypto. But crypto's so much easier to trade.
Yeah, and it's oh, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just saying, unless you do it Gary Gensler style and you make sure everybody's hands are in the pockets and it's not true crypto anymore, and you make it, an ETF, and he's talking about how safe ETFs are and how it's a better option than buying crypto directly. Basically, that's what he's saying in this.
I have no idea who in their right mind would buy this ETF, honestly, because you just buy Bitcoin. Like, why would you? It doesn't make sense. But yeah, of course he's going to say that, right? He's paid to say that. No.
Yeah. And 4 people make money when an ETF, 4 different, between the lawyers and the fund.
It's the exact opposite of decentralization, though. It's the complete bastardization of decentralization.
And then, they have all the keys to the Bitcoin. Yep.
It's not private. It's not decentralized. It's not, there's tons of middlemen. It's all the things that crypto isn't. And they just went.
And the other piece of that, Sean, is like we talk about historically gold is the poster child for inflation hedge, store of value, for millennia. But you've really seen that decouple, right? Like you see significant inflation spikes in the U.S. And around the world, candidly. But you haven't seen huge moves in the gold market, right? I mean, it's basically been dead money. Yet look at what Bitcoin's done. So if you're arguing that, true store of value versus store of value, and gold's been around for millennia, therefore, it's a better store. I think the tape's got to disagree with you on that in a big way. And I read another interesting story. The Indian culture is very tied to gold and giving gold, in terms of weddings and gifts. And for the first time, I think the big holiday is Diwali. And forgive me if I misspoke there, but usually there's a correlation between the holiday and a spike in gold because of increase in demand. And you weren't seeing it, and some within the Indian community were advocating for gifts of Bitcoin. I mean, it's amazing how things evolve and move. And yeah, gold is dead money. I completely agree. If you X out, industrial utility or physically taking possession of a gold ingot, like all it is it's just a store of value. Yep. And wow, it's so much easier to transact store of value with Bitcoin or others. So
yep.
How long until you think crypto surpasses gold?
That's the $1 million question. But I got to tell you, they have closed the gap so much. It's extraordinary. I don't have the data. I don't know if you're looking it up, Sean, but
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
It was about 7.5 trillion. So not too much longer, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way it's moving right now.
Yeah, but again, put it in perspective, guys. Gold has been around for millennia, right? But what are we talking here? A decade? Like it's a joke. It's incredible.
You don't think regulators would jump in and stop that?
Stop what?
Gold from being surpassed, finding ways to make sure gold is not surpassed.
No.
I don't. Yeah, the U.S. moved off the gold standard, so that's not really an issue. I don't necessarily think it's a critical industry. I think they're making steps anyway to get their hands in the pot, but I don't think they would go to war to protect the gold industry.
Yeah.
So looking
actually.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
No, mine's just ran. I was just moving along on different subjects. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and furthermore, I've read multiple articles on ESG factors and concerns relative to gold mining and child labor and, the environment. And, gold mining is not very eco-friendly. No. Yeah. So again, fascinating. And I know you all out there, before you even say it, Dallas, I get it. The energy draw to mine Bitcoin. But I'm still going to go out on a limb and say that gold mining in some of these third world countries is far more detrimental than power draw to mine Bitcoin.
The human cost, for sure. Right? The fact that there's essentially slavery that's going on in these countries to pull precious metals out of the ground. Yeah.
Let's jump back into the market. What, really, we've seen Bitcoin with Bitcoin dominance at 46 right now. At what point are we going to see a lot of these other coins move along, like my Cardano?
Yeah, Cardano is a scam, dude. I don't know why you keep going. This guy's been promising smart contracts since like 1992. I mean, come on.
Finally got the truth.
What? I don't know. This guy. Look, he's pissed because he got kicked out of the club, and he made his own chain, but he could never deliver anything. Deadline after deadline, gone. Right? That shit ain't moving. He could have smart contracts tomorrow. He's just milking it. Forget it.
Dallas loves
it. Yeah. Dallas is angry. I outed his gold strip mine in Uganda. Sorry, D. Sorry, the world knows. Now this is on YouTube and Twitter.
Oh
no. No, I'm at what point, in the next month before you start to see some of the Bitcoin dominance go away, and then people start going into altcoins, because usually altcoin season follows this, and people take a lot of their profits from Bitcoin, or people are just going to ride Bitcoin to 100,000 because that's
I
all
think
they're
you
going to use. And people are
I think you have two issues, right? One is there are just more and more coins, right? We're one of them, right? And so each of these little projects that attracts 50, 100, 200,000, $1 million. There's all kinds of projects out there that have. You can look on these DexIO or whatever else. There's a ton of projects out there that have, let's say, $500,000 or $600,000 in equity, quote unquote, which means that someone went out and acquired some Binance and then bought this token, and all those people pooled together is $500,000 or $600,000. There's tens of thousands of those tokens that are sucking up all of that capital. So the base, I think, is just is getting so much wider every day, right? Every day you see, I read about this new NFT thing, because now when we're doing all these promotions, I'm getting all these alerts about this new promotion, some new scumbag thing that they're putting out, some bullshit NFT thing, and I see they go raise $40,000-$50,000 and then it drops off the earth 2 weeks from then, right? Somebody scammed a bunch of people out of 50 grand. But you all that capital is getting sucked up by these tons and tons of projects. So I don't think you say, well, what happened to Cardano or what happened to these top 100? The bottom end, I think, is so fat with so many little projects that I think you have to evaluate it in that context too. That it's just a wide market.
And I'm gonna jump in too, Joe. I mean, my opinion on this. Candidly, I hate the word altcoin season because it's such a binary bucket of garbage. It's Bitcoin and then everybody else. The corollary is to say in the U.S. stock market, it's Apple season and then everybody else season. And I really look forward to the day when we get past this fictitious term and we get a little more nuanced. Again, just as there are small caps and micro caps and mid caps and large caps and mega cap, like I want to see that kind of granularity enter the lexicon.
They got to stop following the lead. Once they stop following Bitcoin, that'll happen. But right now they're
and that's going to take use case, right? So you've got a few coins out there that are starting to show real promise with a real use case, and I'm not talking about creating a deck so you can trade coins, because that's just a self-fulfilling use case, right? That's just crypto for the sake of crypto. You got things like, there it is right there, right? So you got things like Filecoin, distributed storage. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out, but like that kind of thing. Internet computer, distributed computing. We've talked about things like distributed AI and distributed machine learning. They have the distributed network, distributed location provider, right? Like all these kinds of things that are crowdsourced data. Those I think are going to come up the winners, right? All the rest of these things that never really come up with a use case, it's just an NFT or whatever. I don't think they have much of a future, but you start to see some of these things coming up, and I think that's where the segregation is going to be. People are going to gravitate towards that because it makes money. Right? That's why we're all here, right? It's to make money.
Mm-hmm.
All here to make money.
Yeah.
For some other stories on here,
we got to enable comments on your Twitter somehow. If you got several hundred people there, we got to figure out how they can hop on.
I know. I've noticed. Yeah, I got to figure that out. That's a Restream issue. If anybody knows Restream better, when I message them, they usually take a day to message me back.
Joe, I saw a really interesting article actually right before we jumped on tonight. Australia was jumping into the fray and trying to come up with some way to address crypto. But they were doing it in kind of an interesting constructive way. Where they weren't looking or talking about all-out bans. They were talking about, from a taxation standpoint, treating it as, capital gains, but a preferred cap gains rate. So they were almost incentivizing it because they were taking the position that they know it's here. They want to be, a player. They want to be a leader in this emerging marketplace. I thought it was really interesting. I'll dig up the article maybe after the stream and send it around. But it was really interesting to see their approach.
That's a really great progressive. I had not read that article, but that's a great progressive sort of approach. And you could liken that to
that they know it's here.
real estate tax, right? Our
Exactly.
ability to, the Americans' ability to deduct mortgage interest, right? And that just fuels in a whole economy in itself of real estate purchase, of brokers, of lawyers, of all the people that deal with transacting real estate, because it makes real estate more attractive from a tax standpoint, right? If we didn't have that mortgage deduction, people would probably not buy as much real estate. So I think if you want to incentivize people to do something and you want to get them on the mark in the game, in the system, give them an incentive. Yeah, give me a 10% tax rate on my crypto capital gains, and yeah, sure, that's going to bring a lot more people into it.
Mm-hmm. Dallas, I think when the line is drawn, understood by the market, people will start asking about everything random coin. But what does it do? I mean, that's what's happening now. I mean, there's no coins with any real substance. There are very few.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody's just pulling them out of their butt and making coins right now. NFTs are already a common joke among those not into crypto. Well, a lot of NFTs are a waste of money and a joke. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Imagine the sentiment, mass understanding for those that have use. But people got to understand that use. It's newer than crypto. It's what is it? In the last year, it's kind of gotten mainstream. So it's taking people to understand it. Yeah. Maybe
February, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite sure what a crypto punk does.
No, but I saw, was it the ape one? If you have one of the apes, you're in a special club and you get to go to
Ape Yacht Club,
Yeah, you get to in a secret little club.
It's a membership thing, but at $125,000, I'm not sure it's well accessible to people. So, yeah.
And really, if you have one of those and you have that kind of money, do you really want to be in that special club? No.
Do you need that?
The people that want that to be in that club are the people that are trying to meet certain people that really don't.
Yeah. Sort of self-actualizing, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's calling a crypto punk?
Have you seen some of this artwork though? It's like 8-bit Atari bullshit.
All of it is. I still don't get that part. I think it's giving people a misunderstanding of what NFTs are supposed to do by putting this crap art out there, and people are buying it for ridiculous money. Then people are just assuming that's what it is, and then it's a joke, and they don't see the real use case.
But isn't that the art market in general? I mean, you could think something is trash, and I could think it's the most beautiful thing ever created. I could be willing to pay $100,000 and you'd be willing to pay 10 cents. It's just this gets a lot more visibility because it's on the web.
Mm-hmm. It's that old, what Adam Pollock saying, right? Like somebody looked at one of him where he drove the Jeep over a piece of canvas and it sold for $10 million. And the guy says, my kid could do that, right? And then Pollock's father says, but my kid did that,
Yeah.
So that's it, you never know. But
so I heard something, Joe. I'm gonna go back to Australia because I thought this was interesting. I didn't read this anywhere, but I actually had this discussion today with a business partner of mine. So it seems that Australia cut off coal shipments to China, severely curtailing China's ability to generate electricity. And that has forced China to ration electricity to its factories, which is curtailing the output of those factories. And those factories are China's lifeblood. It's the factory for the world, which is now causing a lot of companies, us included, to re-look at supply chain and pull out of China. And that is perhaps in some small degree why China took this very heavy-handed stance, bulldozing all these crypto farms, which are heavy users of electricity and benefit a very small segment of the population, whereas the energy that's going into a factory is providing jobs for hundreds and thousands of Chinese citizens. Kind of fascinating, the linkages between some of these things. Again, this was a phone call today with a partner of mine. So interesting.
What I had read was that many of the Bitcoin farms that were run in China were actually purpose built next to hydroelectric dams that were, again, specifically built for that operation. Now, maybe they're repurposing those, right? So they bulldoze the
get the electricity, yeah,
and then use that electricity for printed circuit boards or whatever. But that's very interesting that the coal shipments are being curtailed.
Because there's this whole geopolitical tension. Not to go way off tangent here. Sorry, guys. The geopolitical tension between Australia and China and everything that's going on in the world with supply chain. Really fascinating. Really, really fascinating.
Yeah, well, and just more supply chain woes for us. We won't be able to get our Teslas for a while if they don't start making some more chips.
Yeah, and to Dalis's question, I think Australia has aligned, strongly with the United States to counterbalance or check China's expansion, in the South Pacific there. So, especially there was a huge arms deal with the U.S. selling Australia nuclear subs to help specifically counter China's expansion in the region. Really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
And just in time is dead, Dalis. Just in time means maybe next Christmas.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, all right, back to Dynamo. We should drop a little teaser or two. We should do like a game update, boys. What do you think? Where we at?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe.
Dynamo. Let me do this.
Back to you.
I'll say Dynamo today is, if you go to CoinGecko and look at Dynamo, it's up 47%. 33%.
I don't think it's $21. I don't think that trading volume.
Yeah, more than that. That's not correct.
That's not right.
That's not correct at all.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we got to look into. Why is CoinGecko off?
Yeah, I gave them an API and they reach into Safe Trade every so often to get data, but we are definitely taking steps to increase systemic volume, and we need to. One of the things that we're going to work on is getting our volume, above $1,000 or $2,000 a day. We do think that, of course, the launch of the game is going to do that, right? Because people are going to want to acquire tokens to buy the land, and we think that people are going to want to sell tokens that they earn in the game to pay. I mean, these are people who are living in developing countries, and they want to pay their rent with this, and so we want to be able to make sure that those people can sell their tokens. So we are going to create some liquidity in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think you'll see us get to $1,000 or $2,000 a day. When that happens, if you look at Safe Trade's daily volume, Safe Trade has about $25,000 or $30,000 a day in volume in their total exchange that's reported. Not all the coins that they have are reported on CoinMarketCap because not all the coins are listed on CoinMarketCap, us being one of them, because primarily of the volume requirement. And so I did talk to the people at Safe Trade today, and I said, hey, look, if we get in your top 3, can't you complain to CoinMarketCap and say, hey, our volume is higher than this, but because you haven't put these coins on, you're misrepresenting our volume. And he said, absolutely, that's something that we can definitely work on. So if we can get our volume to $1,000 or $2,000 a day, then it's likely that we'll get on CoinMarketCap shortly thereafter, because CoinMarketCap wants to accurately report the exchange's volume, and if they're excluding a coin that's a third of their volume, that's a problem for them. So I think you see several really cool things happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks as we launch this game, and we have a lot more liquidity. And I don't even really mean a lot more. I mean, we're still like a couple $300 a day. But this will be, a couple $1,000 a day, which, in the crypto world is zilch, right? It's nothing. But for us, it'll be a real big boost. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'll point out, Sean, that the week prior, we were at $2,000 and $3,000, and we had some, record volume days last week.
Yep.
So things are picking up. I think to your point, though, we will be taking steps to, boost that and drive awareness and drive, increase in liquidity. And there's a lot of good things in the pipeline.
Yep. Well, I think a lot, some of the people on Discord have, of course, already seen that we're at, 2,500 people in the Discord, and the Twitter is well over 4,000, and all our YouTube are being promoted now. So we're doing all the advertising, right? All of our videos are going to get 1,000 or 2,000 views. Within the next week or so, the channel will be monetized because we'll have over 1,000 subscribers, and we'll have the requisite. Now, we already have the hours; we just need the subscribers. So by next week, we'll be monetized. And then once we're monetized, then we get into the rotation, because, imagine this: YouTube doesn't want to show videos unless they can make money off it. I don't really know why, but they somehow they're being selfish about that. And of course, if the channel is not monetized, then YouTube can't make money. So once we get monetized, then we're going to start to get into rotation. So if someone searches about crypto, we'll occasionally come up in the results. Right now, it's very, very hard to find our channel, but after monetization, it'll be much easier. So.
Sean, pick up on that comment from Dallas, which is kind of funny. I mean, we've spoken about it. It's true. Ironically, no one wants to sell, which is, such a great testament and compliment. Everybody does believe in the project, so they're holding, right? Yeah, but we do need to.
This is a little bit of a problem for us. So
yeah,
we did have a couple of weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, we had a bunch of traders come in, and I had some side conversations with a couple of the people who were coordinating the effort, and they were very transparent about what they were going to do. And basically, they said to me, "Your project is too legit. Nobody wants to sell. We need to be able to, pump this thing up, get a lot of volume going, and then we need to be able to dump those coins. But we can't find anybody that's going to buy that will sell us the coins, basically. So the sell side is a little bit of a problem for us, and that I think that's a little bit of my fault. We did not reserve any coins, right? It was a completely fair issuance. There's no reserve up front. We do get a 0.1 dynamo per block, but I don't know, that represents about 60 or 70,000 dynamo total. So it's less than 10% of the total, because we've given away some coins already. Accidentally, I burned some coins during the NFT testing, so we have a little bit less than 10%. But yeah, it's a problem. Our project is a little bit too legitimate at the moment, and we need some sellers to come out.
How often do you hear that, right, Sean? The project is too legit.
Right. Nobody wants to sell for less than $5 or $7 or something like that. If you look at SafeTrade, the market depth is not great.
Better that way. It's better that they use it in a game and not do the pump.
Yeah, and we will do some giveaways within the game so that people can acquire free tokens. And hopefully, they'll be able to sell them at a reasonable rate, and that'll create some selling pressure to get it down. Hopefully to the $1 or $2 range, where we can be a good volume of coins. I would love to see, like $2,000 a day at $2 a coin or something, right? Like that would be really great. I mean, that would be just a super liquid, nice market. We have this kind of low level. I know none of the whales are going to sell at $2 or whatever, but that would be great if we could sort of establish a $2 range on a daily basis for this coin. That would be.
That'll happen. When the game goes live, that'll happen.
I think so. And unfortunately, I think it's going to probably be more like $10, which is then going to make us a little less affordable for some of the prime market players that we want. And we'll have to figure out, how do we subsidize those people so that they can still play the game. And part of our vision is to help developing countries earn a living wage, right? So we'll have to figure out a way to.
Do you tokenize it?
Well, we have a BEV20 token.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is make a game token off the.
Oh, maybe. Well, we'll have NFTs for sure. Maybe make a separate token that's for the game and trade it out 10-1 or something. I don't know. We got to figure that out. Well, that's going to be an evolving discussion. But yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. Good problem.
Especially you're going to be able to stake it when
that's the other thing. A lot of people in the community are asking for staking, which is kind of the opposite direction that we want to go right now, because we don't want to create the incentive to hold.
Yeah.
Right. That's the idea. Is you're going to put it in the account and get interest off it, essentially, right? We don't want people putting it in an account. We want people selling it.
I mean, that's one of the issues with Cardano is more than 80% of Cardano is staked.
Yeah. So liquidity becomes a problem. You gotta manage the economy somehow. Yeah.
See, Daedalus, being able to get into the game without paying, but work to earn, and yep.
Right, but the problem is the coins that they earn have to come from somewhere. So if you don't pay to get in the game, what's going into the pot? The foundation will seed the pot, right? We'll put a few thousand coins in there just to get the thing going, but ultimately somebody's got to pay into the pot for there to be something to be paid out. So it's unfortunate that we have to create that gating element, but and hopefully land sales, right? Land sales will go into the pot, so investors can recognize some returns, and then we create some sort of minimum entry fee that people have to pay to buy a character or whatever. We got to do something.
All right, I'm halfway falling asleep over here. I've been up since 3:30 in the morning.
18 hours.
And now I got to go down to Philadelphia.
City of brotherly love.
It's funny going on Crypto Panic and a lot of these sites. It's the same news. Basically, everybody asking, here's the all-time high. When is the correction going to hit? A lot of these stories are about, is the correction coming? Or is it going to the moon?
I'll leave you with one parting thought, because I know we're 48 minutes into this. When I was working at Merrill, we wrote a program to scan the Bloomberg news feed, and it was a heuristic analysis of words, and we tried to correlate words to price movement across any kind of equity. And so we'd say, how many times did people say orange? And if they said orange, did IBM go up or down? Like this kind of like within the correlation of 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10, right? Like all these different kinds of things. And then they said, could you predict, if somebody said up or down or whatever else? And they found with some reasonable accuracy that the chatter about pullback or exuberance or whatever else, right? That on the negative side, there was a correlation to it going down. That people would talk about it going down for like 2 weeks, and then it would go down. It was unpredictable. It wasn't always 2 weeks. Sometimes it was 4. Sometimes it was 1. Right? But it was like the chatter up to it going down was always predated by pullback or something else like that. So the fact
the negative news, not the positive. Yeah.
Maybe, right. That could be sort of self-indicating. Look, that analysis was 20 years ago. I have no idea if it's still.
No, I know that study is true because we've seen studies, especially in the news world, that negative news stories put out there get more clicks than positive stories.
Oh yeah, right. Everybody pays attention to the negative. Yeah, but on the positive side, there was no correlation whatsoever. It went up for no reason at all, right? But the pullback, the downside was always predated by some sort of negative sentiment. So that could indicate something, but I don't know. These institutional traders are very smart, and they know, and they got tons and tons of money behind them. They don't give a shit about a pullback of 1,000 or 2,000 points. Doesn't make sense.
Do you know much about Plan B's stock to flow model that he's kind of created, and he's saying it's going to 111,000?
Yeah, I read 148 today. 160 all the time. I'm sticking with 100. I'll give 100 by December 31st.
I think that's what he said. He said once it hits 100, and then the next halving, he says his stock to flow model won't be accurate anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right, I'm falling asleep as I'm talking.
Yeah.
Maybe rambling. It's all right, guys.
All right, peeps.
Am I leaving this up? What are we at? Yeah, I might just.
Good night, Dallas. Night, CDM.
Yeah, I might just leave this picture up here.
Back to the mines, Dallas. Back to the mines.
Yeah, just put the
Boom.
graph up.
Put that graph up. See you later. I'll leave CDM. See you later up there.
There you go.
And we will see you guys later.
All right.
Guys on Friday.
Peace out, Dynamo.
Bye, peeps.